Thank you for coming by Jim's Bar and Pig Shack.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Jim's Bar and Pig Shack. Today we're doing Char Siu, which is Chinese BBQ pork. So rather than doing something low and slow, this is hot and fast. Right now we're waiting for our lang to get up to about 350 degrees, maybe a little bit warmer. It's working its way up there. And what we're going to be doing is just like when you go into a Chinese restaurant and you get the barbecued pork, that's what we're creating. The Char Siu marinade is 5-spice powder, honey, soy sauce, Chinese rice wine, Hoisin sauce, Hoisin, I guess, and some brown sugar. I've also added, optionally, the couple of drops of the red food coloring to give you that red color that you would see in a Chinese restaurant. I'll have all the different measurements for the recipe in there. This has been marinated for 24 hours. So this is going to go on the smoker. It's going to be in there just for about an hour, maybe a little bit less. We're only looking for an internal temperature of 140 to 145 degrees for this to be completely cooked. It's not like where it's going to be pulled apart for pulled pork, but it is the same cut of meat. You can use almost any cut for this, but if you go to a Chinese restaurant, they're almost always using pork shoulder because of all the fat. And that's exactly what we want to do. We want to have a lot of fat in this, which is going to keep it moist, and hopefully when we're done, we're going to serve it with some rice and have a wonderful meal. But right now, we're just waiting for the smoker to come up to temperature. As soon as it does, we're going to get going. And as I said, we're going to go on here probably around 350 degrees. We'll be on there for 1 hour, maybe a little bit less. We're doing it over some hickory today, but we're going to get it in there and going, and then we'll come back and I'll show you when we're putting it on the smoker. All right, see you in just a little bit. Bye.
I just wanted to give you a quick close-up as to what it looked like right before it goes into the smoker after marinating for 24 hours.
Okay, we've got the lang up to about 400 degrees. We're just ready now to put some of this on. As you'll hear in a second here, it'll sizzle pretty good, but we're gonna start putting some of these pieces on. And again, this is just cut up boneless pork shoulder so that it's something you can get at any store. And we're just going to let this go, as I said, for about an hour and a half. Well, about an hour, I'm sorry. Just long enough to get a bit of a char on the outside. And we'll be set. I also have a little bit of marinade that I reserved from before I put it on the meat that I will be using to baste this with, just to get a little bit more char on the outside. I've added a little bit of extra honey to this portion just for that. So we'll be back with you in just a few minutes and we'll take a look at this. So I wanted you to get a quick look here of what's going on in the smoker. It's just been on. We'll keep this going, like I said, for about an hour. Simple to do. I'll be basting it here every few minutes. Probably about every 10 or 15 during that time. Now, for one thing, if you can't find boneless pork shoulder, a lot of times your stores will be selling boneless country ribs. It's the same thing. They're cutting up a pork shoulder and just doing that. So you can also get it that way. Let me show you how these are coming along. We're starting to get a nice char on them. We're rolling along, getting everything done. I just did a quick internal temp. We're only up to about 85 or 89 in there, but we were keeping going. We're looking for an internal temp of 140 to 145, and we'll bring you back as these get a little bit closer. They're looking good though.
I wanted to give you just a quick rundown of what was in the sauce again. It's a hoisin sauce, rice wine, soy sauce, 5-spice powder, and honey and brown sugar. There's also a little bit of red food coloring in there. It's optional. You don't have to add it, but you can if you want.
Okay, folks, here we go. Now, these have just come off of the smoker. As you can see, they're perfectly done. We've got a lot of nice char on the outside of them, and they're absolutely juicy in the center. We're going to let these rest for a few minutes, and then we'll come right on back and give one a try. But anyway, they look beautiful. It took just about an hour, and they are going to be so good. Now, tonight, I'm serving this with rice and just a little bit of plum sauce, dipping sauce, for the meat. So I think we're going to have an amazing meal. But anyway, I'll be back in just a bit. All right, welcome back. Let's cut into this one and see how it looks. Oh, it's nice. Oh, it's got that nice red ring for the that you'd normally see in a Chinese restaurant. Oh, and it's nice and moist. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's tender. That is beautiful. Let's take a piece here and see. That is fantastic. Anyway, I hope that you give this a try. It's very easy. It's very satisfying. You don't have to go out to a Chinese restaurant anymore to get barbecued pork. And it makes a wonderful addition to your weeknight meals. It's quick and it's easy. Like I said, it was about an hour. It marinated for 24 hours in the marinade. I will put the recipe in the comments in the little blurb section, but it'll be in there. But anyway, again, thank you for watching Jim's Bar and Pig Shack, and come back next time and we'll have something new. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye. So, again, I wanted to show you guys the final product. This is just the Char Siu with some rice, and I used some of the marinade from the Char Siu over the rice, and I put a little bit of plum sauce that you can buy from any Asian market over the Char Siu. If you haven't explored your local Asian market, I really recommend it. There's some amazing stuff there, and it's just new ideas for ways to cook and to use your smoker, and I really think that it's amazing. But anyway, I hope you give this a try, and we will see you back next time at Jim's Bar and Pig Shack. Bye-bye.